Ever looked at a Polish word and felt your brain just stop? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. But what if I told you there's a simple logic, a secret code hiding in plain sight? Well, today we are going to crack that code. Okay, let's just dive right in. Look at this. Now, this is a real phrase from a classic Polish tongue twister. Go on, try and sound it out in your head. It kind of looks like a cat just decided to take a stroll across a keyboard, doesn't it? Intimidated? Yeah, I get it. It seems impossible, but trust me on this one, it's not. See, Polish pronunciation, it looks like total chaos, but it actually follows a really consistent set of rules. And I promise you this, by the end of this explainer, you are going to have all the tools you need. You'll be able to look at that monster of a word and actually say it with confidence. Okay, if you remember one thing, make it this. This is the golden rule. Unlike English, which is full of sneaky silent letters, the K in night or the E at the end of have, Polish doesn't do that. In Polish, what you see is what you get. Every single letter makes a sound. So, let's start with the absolute basics. The Polish alphabet uses the same letters we're used to, but it adds 9 unique ones with these little marks on them. They're called diacritics. Get a handle on these 9, and honestly, you're already a good chunk of the way there. First up is this guy, the L with a line through it. Now, it looks like it should be a hard L sound, right? But it's not. It's actually just the English W sound, like in the word will. So a word like ławka, which means bench, is pronounced wałka. See? Super simple. Okay, next up, the famous Polish nasal vowels. Let's start with this one, O. Think of it as a nasal O sound. If you've ever heard French, it's a lot like the A in the word bon. You just let the sound come a little bit through your nose. So the word for mustache, wąsy, becomes wąsy. And here's its partner in crime, e. It works exactly the same way, but with an E sound instead. So again, think French, like the on in sunk. That means zęby, or teeth, is pronounced zęby. You're totally getting the hang of this. Alright, here's an easy one, a little gift from the Polish language, you could say. This O, with a little accent over it, it's pronounced exactly like the regular Polish U. It's just that U sound, like in boot. So góra is simply góra. That's it. Now we're getting into what are called the soft consonants. First up is ts. For this sound, think of the ch in the English word cheap, but softer, lighter. It's made right at the front of your mouth. Take the word for ant, cha-cha. It's pronounced cho-cha. And here we have ny. This one's easy to remember. It's that ny sound you hear in the middle of words like canyon or onion. So the Polish word for horse, which is coin, is just pronounced coin. Next is sh. This is another one of those soft sounds. It's like the sh in sheep, very light, almost airy. So the word for Wednesday, środa, is środa. And don't worry, we're going to meet its hard cousin in just a minute. And to wrap up our special letters, we've got a 2-for-1 deal. Both of these, Z and G, make the exact same sound. It's that zh sound you hear in English words like measure or vision. So for example, reka, which means river, is pronounced rzeka. Whew, okay, let's take a breath and recap. Here's a little cheat sheet with all 9 of those special letters we just covered. Have a look. The crazy thing is, you already know how to make pretty much all of these sounds in English. The only new part is just hooking them up to these new letters. Alright, you ready for part 2? Polish absolutely loves to pair up letters to make one single sound. We call these digraphs, and once you spot them, trust me, a huge part of the language just clicks into place. Okay, remember that soft sh we just talked about from the word sheep? Well, meet its big brother, SZ. This is a much harder, stronger sh sound, like at the start of the word show. Can you hear that difference? Środa versus szkoła. It's a subtle change, but it's super important. And it's the exact same idea for the ch sound. We have the soft ch, which is that delicate sound from cheap, and then we have the hard ch, which is the forceful sound from chair. So you get miecz versus czas. So here's a quick list of the other common letter teams you'll run into. Now the key thing to notice here is that some of them are duplicates. RZ makes the exact same zh sound as Z, and CH is just a plain old h sound, same as the letter H. It's just 2 different ways to write the same thing. The others, like DJ and DZ, are pretty straightforward. They sound pretty much how you'd expect. Okay, so you've got the unique letters down, and you know the letter teams. Now it's time for the master key. This is the secret rule that explains so much about how Polish actually sounds. It's a concept called devoicing. So here's the deal. When a word in Polish ends, the language doesn't really like to finish on a strong vibrating sound that comes from your vocal cords, what we call a voiced sound. Instead, it softens it. It turns it into its breathy, unvoiced twin. Just try this. Put your hand on your throat and say b, b, b. You feel that vibration? Now whisper p, p, p. Nothing, right? That's the shift we're talking about. Just look at these examples. It'll make perfect sense. The word for bread is spelled chleb, with a B at the end, but you actually say chleb, with a P sound. Or the word for cart, wóz, ends in a Z, but it's pronounced wóz, with an S sound. This happens all the time, so it's a rule you can really count on. Okay, we have all our tools now. We know the special letters, we've got the letter teams, and we have the secret weapon of devoicing. I think it's time. Let's go back and face that final boss. And here it is again. Doesn't look quite so terrifying now, does it? Let's use everything we just learned and break this thing down piece by piece. All right, let's build this up. First, that W at the very beginning. It comes right before sh, which is an unvoiced sound. So what happens? It devoices. It turns into a soft f sound. Got it? Next, we have sh. That's our hard sh and our hard sh put together. Then bre is b, j. Easy enough. S is just a hard sh, and we finish it off with mie. Remember that soft mie sound. See, all the pieces are there. Okay, just one last piece to this puzzle. Where do we put the stress, the emphasis? Well, this is one of my favorite things about Polish because it's so simple. The stress almost always falls on the second to last syllable. So, for our big word here, the stress is on she. So let's put it all together. Slowly now. F, sh, ch, j, sh, nya. A little faster. Wsze, cze, je, sza, wnia. And you did it. You just pronounced one of the most famously difficult phrases in all of Polish. Seriously, give yourself a pat on the back. See? It's not magic. With the right set of rules, something that seems impossible suddenly becomes logical. What looks like a giant linguistic mountain to climb is really just a series of small, easy steps. So what seemingly impossible language do you think we should break down next? Let us know.